She was a stickler for diction. And hang on to your words and your voice will follow.
Do you know, we had something planned a little bit earlier, and I don't know if we've still got it there, but we have a clip of you at the age of 12 years old in your first performance.
Really?
Here, let's have a listen.
How extraordinary you were.
No, of course I didn't.
It was just what you did.
It's what I did, and I had this kind of adult larynx in a very young
your
kid.
voice matured very
and that was
early, didn't it?
my stock in trade. All the time I was in vaudeville, I was belting out those kind of bastardized versions of operatic arias, you know.
And Ian, what was the moment for you when you first went to theatre and thought, this is it for me, this is what I want my life to be?
You will know who I'm talking about. I saw Ivor Novello in King's Rhapsody.
Oh, my God!
No.
It wasn't with Anna...
I love this!
No, not Anna Neagle. It was Vanessa Lee.
Yes,
and,
that's right.
Olive Gilbert and the Xena Phyllis Dare.
Oh, my God!
Bobby Andrews, no relation.
No, but Xena was in My Fair Lady.
Oh, yes, of course she was.
She was in the My Fair Lady production in London.
But you see, Ivor Novello was before Oscar and Hammerstein, before Lloyd Webber. He was our great Welsh, the great Welsh
We'll Gather
composer.
Lilacs.
We'll Gather
And
Lilacs.
with that crossover, is it fair to say that you came to film fairly late?
No, because I've made films ever since I started. They were all so bad you never saw them, thank goodness. The very, very first film I made was called The Bells of Hell Go Ting-a-ling-a-ling, and it was a First World War movie, adventure movie, set during the summer in Switzerland, and it was taking advantage of the success of Sound of Music. There were lots of kids in it.
Wow.
There was no music, but I think they actually did sing a bit. And the snow started early that year.
Well, it can,
and started snowing, and the whole film was abandoned. So and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I got £4,000, my entire salary, and meant I could put it in the bank and go and work wherever I wanted.
But the big success, there was Richard III. That was the film that actually catapulted you into the big time, so to speak, in the world of films.
Film people thought, oh, well, perhaps he doesn't just shout all the time.
Yes, oh, you did. And honestly, you had a real effect on me with that. Let's just have a look at one of those key speeches.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of York. And all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried.
And Maggie.
And Maggie Smith there, playing my mother, yes. She wasn't best pleased about that.
But the technique there, because you make it very accessible.
Well, I went to the Julie Andrews School of Diction. You can tell.
But you can't pretend that you couldn't sing, not with that voice.
Ah, well, thank you. Yes. Well, all right. I'm going to take that as an encouragement.
Let's do one together.
But obviously, I mean, the difference, what you must have felt there, filming that scene, to doing that speech, you know, in front of a full auditorium. The best
thing about that was that I'd played it so long on stage that when it came into the studio, all I had to concentrate on was not how to play it, but not what I was going to do with it, but what I was going to do with it in terms of it being cinema rather than theatre. Yeah. So it was a good way of doing a major partner film for the first time.
Wonderful, they're wonderful.
Well, the Chelsea Flower Show is in full swing, as we said earlier, and shortly, moving on, and Christine will be telling us about some of the highlights.
I'm sensing more singing plans, but first, she is off to meet some folk who paint them for a living.
The Botanic Gardens in Cambridge have been collecting and cataloguing different plant species since the early 19th century.
It's sometimes easy to forget among such beauty that the scientific study of plants underpins our understanding of life on Earth.
Plants generate the air we breathe, supply the food we eat, and have even helped provide the clues to evolution itself. For centuries, botanical illustrators like Gail Selwood have worked to capture the detail and diversity world.
Botanical art started many, many hundreds of years ago when it was really important to understand which plants could be used to cure you, to treat illnesses, to save lives. So right back when the first herbals were written, it was really, really important to have that accuracy.
By the 1840s, when these gardens opened to the public, botany was being taught as an academic subject.
What we're seeing here is a teaching sheet, and it was produced by a man called John Stevens Henslow, who was Professor of Botany here and founded the Botanic Garden in Cambridge. He was very, very meticulous. He didn't just look superficially at what the appearance of the plant was. He wanted to be able to show his students all the various different details. One of the most famous people he taught was Charles Darwin. He taught him to recognise all these different elements so that Darwin could then use those skills when he went on to go out botanising.
It was those observational skills that many believed helped sow the seeds for Darwin's work on natural selection, while some species flounder while others flourish.
I think that lifelong interest in looking at the natural world closely is what was really behind everything Darwin did, and that really all came from what Henslow taught him here in Cambridge. And so all of his work was really about looking at the animals and plants really closely and thinking, well, what am I seeing and what does that mean?
That meticulous attention to detail is still the key to modern botanical art.
I'm looking to capture the texture and the colour of the petals, but I'm also looking to capture the different structures, so the reproductive parts of the plants, the buds, perhaps the fruits if I was to paint them later on in the season as well.
It takes Gail up to 90 hours to paint a single flower in detail that she believes a photograph could never reproduce.
Our eyes have endless focal points, which is different from a conventional camera. Manipulate the image. So we have the leaves presented in a way that the viewer, the botanist, the scientist can see most clearly. Perhaps we can see into the flower in the painting, and to find the perfectly presented plant for photographing could take the same time it takes me to paint something.
I love the way you've got the round shape of the allium there.
The team at Cambridge is encouraging a new generation.
The botanical artist today, a good botanical illustrator, can still show us things in a flower that we wouldn't necessarily see ourselves, even by using a microscope, because you have to look properly to draw. It's a skill that's really still important. Have you been using one of these?
Today, life happens very fast. And I think as a really good foil to that, we can spend time just looking, just being, just observing.
Botanical illustration may now be closer to art than science, but it can still inspire people to take a closer look at the world around them.
You know, I think it does exactly that. We were just saying there.
Yes.
The painted... I've got a lot of guidebooks. I do a programme on agriculture, country farm and what have you, and I often find...
Always get the plug in.
No, it's true. You use all those painted ones and you get a lot more information out of it just by looking.
Well, we've left Christine, we've let her come in, because it was cold out there in the wind tunnel, wasn't it, Christine?
It was a little bit nippy.
It was. So you've brought in these lovely plants.
I can smell this.
This one's gorgeous, isn't it?
Oh, what is it?
It's a rose, obviously, but this is a very beautiful new rose just introduced. This is Rosa David Austin, Anna Austin, and just, Julie, have a whiff.
I will. I
so
literally can smell it from here, but hold on.
It's gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
Oh, my God. Well,
compact growth, disease-free. It is a really good rose.
Well,
and
all
there's
the
some
Austin
other
are,
lovely new introductions.
And all, yes, that's what I was going to say. They're all debuting, aren't they at Chelsea this year.
And the plant of the year, Hydrangea Miss Sayori. Good, very full heads that are going to stand up and look glorious.
How beautiful they're going to look.
And beautiful colour graduation.
Now, when I
plant of the year?
That's the plant of the year.
When they arrive and cut off and they're not growing anymore,
they will last beautifully.
Do I put an aspirin in the water? Sugar, bit of sugar, spoonful
you're
of
taking
sugar.
a flower arrangement.
Right.
Yes.
If you wish to arrange it, yes, cut it to a slanting cut.
Yes.
Aspirin, a little bit of sugar, and just leave it to develop to the full
Are you a keen gardener, are you?
I'm more of a flower arranger.
Oh, okay.
Well, for the other...
I do. I love having flowers in the house, and I love tidging them. I tidge them.
And do you,
I love that word.
Yeah.
In the sort of the dressing room and what have you, do you have flowers in the dressing room? And do you always
Oh,
ask
if people bring... I love being given flowers, yes.
What any
It's my
particular
birthday on
varieties?
Sunday.
I know what to get you. Okay.
Yes.
But Ian,
Not so good on gardening, though.
But if you're a florist
Yeah.
and you love that creation, that is the plant for you.
This
the
one?
Vigrum Neptune's Gold.
Oh, yeah.
The foliage will intensify to a really good gold.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you get a purple striation right up the stem, metallic purple.
Indoors?
Outdoors.
Outdoors.
And then the head of the flower will turn the most intense metallic blue, and there's a yellow ruff to her.
Good Lord.
She looks so beautiful
I love
in
the
an
way you keep
arrangement.
referring to them as
She's
she.
elegant.
What's her name?
She is Erysimum Neptune's Gold.
Neptune's
Brand new. That's a heck of a good plant.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
Yeah, you've
My
got some
God.
gorgeous ones here.
And talking of keeping them indoors, outdoors, and the weather and what have you, obviously it's been a real challenge, hasn't it, for Chelsea gardeners there, because a lot of the flowers are wilting.
Yeah, well, we've had it hot and we've had it cold, but that's the skill of the British horticulturalist, and you see it nowhere else in the world executed to such a level than at the Chelsea Flower Show. So many expert growers coming together at one space. That is what makes Chelsea the flower show of horticulture.
And is it to do with the fact that we've got allotments here, do you think?
Allotments, growing skill, a history of growing.
Do other countries have allotments?
Some of the European countries do, yes.
Yeah, indeed. What fascinates me is that a lot of them are very small plots, and what you can get in and the stories that you can tell in such a short space. You don't need a big garden at all, do you?
You should go, Julie, while you're over.
I'm going to try. I am going to try.
Still a few days.
But you should engage with plants, because people think you need acres. No, you don't.
No.
You need a windowsill, a window box. You just need to enjoy that plant. And you don't need acres. One plant can set you on fire.
Pity she's not enthusiastic, isn't it?
It's a good point, though, I mean, because we are surrounded by everything that's in pots at the moment.
Absolutely.
So,
And what glorious displays. Gaillardia Celebration, a brand new plant, much more compact than we've ever seen in the Gaillardias. Bleed-free, by which we mean the flowers remain intensely red and don't fade out. A good container plant, great in the garden, and that's going to be a very, very popular garden plant.
Does it keep repeating?
It does. A very long flowering season, quite hardy. It's a perennial, so it'll come back year after year after year and give you a lot of pleasure.
And I'm noticing things like azaleas now. They're prolonging their life, so they rebloom, which they never used to do. Now they're genetically.
You see that big telly there? We'll switch that to BBC Two as soon as we finish, because at 8 o'clock the Chelsea Flower Show will be on.
Oh, okay.
You can find out all about it. Now then, here we go, because more excitement to follow, because the time has come for us to show off our mass sing-along.
Oh, I can't.
Of Do Re Mi. In honour, of course, of you, Julie.
We're a bit nervous about this, Julie, so bear with us.
You don't have
but we
to
have to say thanks to all the people and the choirs who gave us a hand today, and a special thank you to the people at Sing Along A Sound of Music for spreading the word for us.
Yes. Ian, do you want some words that you can sing
We've
along?
got some song sheets.
Yeah.
I know them all.
Here we go then. Sit back, relax and enjoy it.
Let's see.
Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself.
A long, long way to run.
So, an eagle pulling threads.
A note to follow so.
Tea, a drink with jam and bread.
That will bring us back to Doe.
When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything.
Doe, a deer, a female deer.
Ray, a drop of golden sun.
Me, a name
I call myself.
Tea and drink the jam and bread that will bring us back to dawn.
More the kind of Julie Andrews mashup that there was a few Mary Poppins involved.
I saw some Mary Poppins
Yes.
in there, yes. Well, it's all right.
Yeah, creative license.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Good.
I want a
Creative.
copy of that.
All right, then.
Can I get a copy?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh, I'd love that.
absolutely.
Love
Yeah, we're on it, wouldn't it?
We'll
Steve?
give one to you too, Ian, for your
Yes,
birthday.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, if you could just get them to sing Happy Birthday to Ian on
Oh, I'm
well,
sure we
exactly.
can arrange that.
Yeah.
Now, thank you so much as well for sending in your photos of you dressed up as one of Ian or Julie's iconic characters. We've had
We've had
hundreds
loads.
in.
We've had loads. Now, look, this is Richard and Friends from Leiston. And this costume, it's made entirely of curtains. All of them, apparently. So, well done. Thanks for sending that in.
Oh, look at that.
Now then, this is Laura from
Oh,
Glasgow
that-
dressed as Gandalf for a musical theatre-themed pub crawl.
Excellent.
Themed pub crawl.
Oh, yes.
Now, World Book Day is a big deal for 5-year-olds all across it. Here we go. This is Evie Gammage.
That's an
There we go.
important day.
Oh,
She's
that's
5.
cute. isn't it?
Yes. Oh.
Another little one. This is Charlotte. At her Mary Poppins themed second birthday party.
You are so sweet.
And we should finish with Josh and his brother, dressed up as Goku and Magneto. There we are.
Great.
And we were just saying there that you could actually be an X-Men because you have a metal foot.
Yes, I do.
Or
I'm a
metal
bionic woman. Did you know that?
did not
I
know
have a bionic ankle. I
How
had
come?
about 2 years ago. Well, it was so bad, I had to do that or end up in a wheelchair. So I had it done, and it is brilliant. And it doesn't go off because it's titanium. It doesn't go off through the airports or
Can you
anything.
does it manipulate itself, or do you have to?
No, it's in there, and I make it. The muscles are all still
I
around
see.
it. And all of
Okay,
that.
okay.
But
Well,
it's
yeah.
the most beautiful piece of equipment. It really
Brilliant.
is. It's like having a hip or
Yes,
knees.
yeah.
You know?
The 8th X-Men. You
Yes.
could join in, Julie.
Can I just say that I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to the pair of you.
Yes.
Wonderful night. It really is, isn't it? Super. The pair of you.
You've been wonderful.
We're
Thanks very
done
much
now.
to you both. Thanks, Ian. And all the best for the new X-Men movie. It's out in cinemas tomorrow, Days of Future Past.
Yeah, if you do want to sit there and keep talking, you know, feel free. You want to... Anyway, good luck with the tour, which starts tomorrow in
Yes.
Birmingham this Saturday.
And we'll see you tomorrow with Neil Morrissey. Back
Thank you.
then.